joining us here today on this brief edition of a live stream here on YouTube. I hope every single one of you is having a glorious day today. It's so beautiful out here today, guys. Really, really cool. And I say to myself, why not go out for that walk again? It's been such a hectic week so far. Today, Tuesday, of course, the new week just started yesterday, but it feels like it started ages ago. So I say to myself, wow, after work, why don't you go and take a stroll around as you reflect on what is going on out there? And as well as that, get to learn more about our environment. So this is my surrounding. Of course, if I show you around, it looks really, really great out here. The sun is brilliant. And yes, I just couldn't stay indoors. So I tend to work from home these days. So I get these mini breaks every now and then. So I take these little walks around when it's not too hot. But I hope you guys are having a great day today, wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining me here on Francis Page Media, a channel where you always come so we can catch up with the latest that is going on in the world of our British royals. First, before I start, guys, I just want to thank you so much for your awesome support, always staying here, watching these lives to the very end. But as well as that, leaving behind wonderful responses and sharing lots and lots of wisdom together. Hi, Francis, how are you? I'm feeling a lot better. Yes, Lauren, great to know you're feeling better, my great friend. You weren't feeling very well last time, so it's great to learn you starting to feel better. Please make sure drink a lot of water. It's going to be really, really hot this whole week. But yes, Lauren, don't worry, you will be fine. Let us be hopeful as always. But thank you for joining again, Lauren. Greetings to you. You're in Northamptonshire, aren't you, Lauren? And send lots and lots of greetings to everyone in Northampton. But anyway, so I say today, why not again catch up on this live? Brief live though, as I go out for a brief walk to learn more about my surrounding, etc. So, of course, we know there is a lot going on in the world of our royals, guys. These stories are so many out there. But what we do is we just pick out those stories that we think are going to be of interest to our audiences. And of course, those stories will probably be stories involving Prince William, Catherine Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, Prince Charles, Duchess Camilla, Queen Elizabeth, and maybe the controversial side of things when we talk about Meghan and Harry. And on this live here, we are going to reflect on, or we are going to share a few thoughts on what we think Meghan is all about when it comes to how she is approaching life as a former working royal, and of course, as she continues to pursue her own personal ambitions, even if she still thinks that she is the Duchess of Sussex. Okay, so I thought let me come here and just share a few thoughts or moments of reflection on what I think about Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, going forward, and what lessons can we learn from Meghan's image, the image she has right now. What lessons do we learn, and what can she do to go ahead and restore the great thinking people had about her before, or restore that image she had before she left the royal family, if at all she had anyway. So guys, before I go forward as well, I want to remind you that all these thoughts are my own thoughts and do your own research on your side to make sure that we're on the same length when it comes to sharing these messages. And there's a lot out there in the public domain that we can read about these stories again just to get ourselves informed. But yes, Megan, guys, what do you think of her going forward? You know, what do you think of her image? Is it ever going to be restored from, you know, the good image maybe she had back then, you know, when she married into the royal family and, you know, before things went wrong for her? You know, are there lessons that she must learn? But let's first go back to why she has ended up being the Megan she is. Hi, um, hi, Alan. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm Daniel, my dad's account. I'm Edith's friend. Oh, hi, Daniel. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you're enjoying your holidays, Daniel, and I hope you're looking very much forward to secondary school, which should be in just under a month's time. Edith is very, very eager to start secondary school. I'll send my So, guys, let's talk about Megan. Uh, why do we think things have turned out the way they have for this former working royal? So, we know first and foremost, Megan was an actress who was trying to make it in the world of in the film industry out in the United States, and we know she was acting in Suits. She wasn't doing particularly well, you know, in the acting arena, although she managed to get herself a spot in the Suits. Okay, so we could say she had sort of made it slightly into the starting onto that starting line of becoming who she wanted to be in the field of acting. And then she got an opportunity and married into the royal family. Right. So what then happens when she gets married into the royal family? She thinks she has got to the top of the world. She meets Prince Harry, and then 6 months later, um, she gets pregnant, and okay, and then she leaves the royal family and goes to United States to embark on a life of privacy, as she likes to put it, together with her husband. But then what happens there is what annoyed so many people, because they thought she wanted privacy. So she left the royal family to go out there and embark on her own and Harry's privacy life. And then what comes next? That Oprah Winfrey interview. Okay. So that became the starting point of Meghan and Harry diminishing, because what went on in that interview again meant that Meghan bashed the family of his husband, and also managed to convince her husband, Prince Harry, that his family was not treating him in the right way. Even when Prince Harry seemed to be happy, when he was still very much serving under the royal family. Okay, so this is what angered so many people. Okay, this really, really angered so many people. Of course, the things she said against Her Majesty the Queen, the next in lines, Prince Charles, Prince William, Catherine. So she just literally attacked every single royal who was considered popular, and of course royals that the royal family very much were holding themselves on to going forward as a British monarchy. So she attacked every single one. Of course, this showed to everyone that she was well on that mission to pull everybody down. So this is what angered so many people. And ever since then, a lot has happened, as we know. Uh, of course, including taking Prince Harry out of the UK into the unknown in the United States. First, they try to settle in Canada, but of course, when they get to Canada, um, they learn that things won't be great for them in Canada, because Canada is a Commonwealth country, of course, and we know nobody gets that welcome, um, especially after they have bashed or spoken ill against the royal family. Now, Queen Elizabeth is the most wanted, or rather, the most adored queen in the whole world. She has done so much good for people around the world, not just the United Kingdom, but so many people around the world. She's a patron of thousands and thousands of charities here in the UK and abroad. And of course, at 96 years of age, she has never stopped short of being that great leader that she is. Now, everybody who comes to bash Queen Elizabeth, who comes to speak ill against her, is always going to end up in hot waters, okay? If not being the most disliked person in the world. And this is what we are seeing with Meghan right now. Uh, she landed in hot water after that interview she did, and since then she has never come out of this hot water. And now this seemed to have affected her in so many ways than people could ever imagine. Okay, because when we are looking at all the contracts that she is trying to put her hands on together with her husband, these contracts are not going as, as they are meant to be going. Something pops up and these things come down crashing, projects come down crashing. You remember what happened with Spotify, Netflix, and all these things that are happening simply because of what she did, what she spoke against the royal family. And for us, really, that tells us that nobody speaks ill about the royal family, or the queen herself is always going to get good returns out there. It's always going to be bad news for those people. And for Meghan now, I think by now this should be a big lesson for her. And whether she lands or not, we know that she plans to give Oprah Winfrey another interview, so we don't know whether she has learned from her past and maybe she's going to talk about something else this time, or whether she's going to come clean and apologize. We don't know yet. But again, people are wondering, when is she going to ever learn? Does she listen? Does she read the social media to learn or get to see all this negative press about her? And people are very right to call Meghan what they are calling her right now, because they were not happy with what she did. Okay, they were not happy when she bashed their queen, the Queen of United Kingdom, the Queen of the Commonwealth, okay, the most adored leader in the world. Of course, you're not going to win single-handedly. And even if she brought an army of bees and an army of soldiers against Queen Elizabeth, I don't think she was always going to win. With Queen Elizabeth, you can't win. Now, these are some of the lessons that Meghan should have learnt by now. That the Queen of England, the Queen of United Kingdom, the Queen of the Commonwealth is adored, is loved. Nobody comes against her, will get a good ending. But going forward, again, we know that Prince Harry, who happens to be, the husband, the loving husband of Meghan, as she tells us, apparently, is always defending his wife, saying that his wife wasn't treated well when she was here, and that, excuse me, guys, go and give to, take an aside. Excuse me, guys, 1 second. 1 second, guys. got to let someone into the house. Okay. One sec, guys. Okay. There you go. One sec, guys. Yeah, better? Was that better? Okay, is that better?
Okay, no problem. Okay, can't. Can't.
Right, yes. Where were we? Yes, so trouble here is Prince Harry makes on his wife's side, saying that Meghan wasn't treated very well. You know, Meghan deserved better when she was in the royal family. It is. Yes. Sorry about the signal, guys. Yes. Yes. Sorry about the signal, guys. Yes. So these two, in order to learn anything or to, you know, or to change, have to realize that they are wrong in whatever they are doing, okay? But they seem not to realize, and that is going to make it very, very hard for Meghan and Harry, you know, Meghan especially to come clean or to clean up her image. So until she realizes that in the first place, whatever she did to go against the Queen was wrong and apologizes, I don't think that she is ever going to learn anything. And if she's to come into people's good books, you know, she has to publicly declare or publicly come clean and say, right, you know, we all make mistakes. I was wrong here, okay, and I did this because of that. There was so much pressure at the time, and that pressure led me to crash and do all that I did. But I'm really, really sorry, and I'm looking very much forward to rekindling or making up with my husband's family. That is when Meghan will start to come back into people's hearts. But without doing that, I definitely don't see Meghan getting into people's good books. And of course, we know that other people's opinions should not affect us. Other people's opinions shouldn't shape the way we lead our lives. But when it comes to getting ourselves in positions that we very much want to get ourselves into, sometimes we will have to swallow our pride, okay, and acknowledge that we were wrong, okay. We have to swallow our pride and start, you know, respecting, for example, other people, respect royal protocol, for example, for Meghan being the Duchess of Sussex. Although she's not serving royal right now, she still needs to observe royal protocol wherever she goes. She still has to observe the fact that her husband needs to always come first. You know, when on those engagements, give her audience, give her space to do things. You know, and part of that also comes out of respect. Okay, part of that is also coming as a result of being respectful to your husband. I don't know about you. People, my dear friends, but this is what I think people in a relationship needs to come into agreement with. Okay, that respect for each other, respect for each other's families. Okay, because I think that is also very, very important. The moment you don't respect your husband's family, you know, there is always going to be a problem. Okay, and we know that, of course, Prince Harry is the sixth in line to be the king. Okay, that really makes Prince Harry, you know, because if he wasn't in any line to become a king, in any position, you would, okay, think, right, but he is the sixth in line to become the king, which means that he is still very much a royal and therefore deserves the treatment of somebody who would be a future king. But do we see this respect coming from his woman? I don't think we see that, because on numerous occasions we have seen in positions where Harry should be at the forefront of doing things, Meghan is instead. Okay. But secondly, never have we seen Prince Harry coming back here occasionally to visit his family or to speak to his family. Make up. Minute. Masco speaks in. Hi, Lauren. Yeah, thank you so much, Lauren, for being here. Again, I appreciate your support. We'll catch up later, Lauren, at some time. Take care, my dear friend. Keep away from this hot sunshine. Yes. So, yeah, so we know that, what was I talking about? Excuse me, guys. Yeah, never have we seen Prince Harry, coming back here, often to say hello to his family, to his dad, his brother, and sometimes this is a responsibility of your wife to encourage you to stay in touch with your family and all that. But we don't think Meghan has done this for Harry, okay? And any sensible woman would be doing this. So again, these are some of the things that maybe people are looking at to judge Meghan and how she is actually not playing her role as well as a woman to encourage her husband, to do those things that he needs to be doing. Okay. So these are some of the things that are really, really hurting people. It's not that they don't like Meghan as a person, but it's because of the behavior she is putting out there. And we all want success for people. We want progress for people. For Meghan, for Harry, we want them to be a huge success because they were once loving, caring. People loved them until they crossed that line. Okay, so how can Meghan change? How can we help Meghan change? Of course, it all comes down to her if she wants to change or not, because we believe she's seeing a lot of this negative press out there in the papers and everything. So she knows that the world is not happy with what she's doing. Okay, so this should be able to show her what is out there in terms of her image and then would prompt her to change. But has she changed yet? No, she hasn't. Will she change? Nobody knows. Okay. And then look at the other side at Catherine, obviously, that royal sweetheart. Everybody loves her. And of course, not that she doesn't want to do things, she doesn't want to go out there and become just the normal Catherine she wants, but because she very much respects her husband, she respects royal protocol, she respects everyone around her. She's very patient, okay? She has been very, of course, she has been in this relationship with her husband for a long time, okay? So she has been very, okay, let us not sit here and think, oh, it's a bed of roses where she is, and they don't have any issues in their relationships. But there are issues she might be going through. But she is very mature and she's very professional in how she has handled these issues over time. And that's what has made her the strong woman she is. That's what has made her lovable, likable by so many people in the royal fold. Okay, so can Meghan learn from Catherine? Yes, she can. Why not? Okay. First and foremost, Meghan had that massive opportunity when she first arrived in the royal family, and that opportunity was having Catherine around her most of the time to show her how things are done, to show her how to behave as a royal who has arrived and a wife who is married into the royal family. Okay, we saw them going to watch tennis together. Those very first few days she had first arrived, and everything seemed to be going on very well. But I think Meghan was not very happy with how probably Catherine was put first when it came to certain things. But I think it also came down to the fact that Meghan did not understand how royal protocol worked, because Catherine is married to a future king, or someone who is very, very close in that line of succession. Therefore, she had to be given that extra treatment from Meghan. Okay? But I think this is what she did not understand. And therefore, she took things to be, why me last? Why Catherine first? Okay? And that became a problem. And it also down to the fact that maybe Meghan's husband Harry did not sit down his wife and talked to her about some of these practices in the royal family, because maybe if he had done so, this would have sort of helped Meghan to learn of these things, and maybe could have been helpful in Meghan's way of making those decisions that she made earlier on. But we don't know. It could also have been that Meghan was very thirsty for fame, okay, for acknowledgement. She had that thirst for power, and she thought being behind Catherine and all these other members of the royal family was going to hold her back from the strong woman she wanted to be. Okay, so and this made people think that maybe she had an agenda coming into the royal family. Okay, so as you can see, guys, there's a lot of views people have about Meghan. But one constant thing is that she is very thirsty for power. She's very thirsty for fame. And I think over the years, people have seen this behavior of Meghan, you know, through her lifetime growing up. Okay, and we also know that, of course, recently there is a rumor that she wants to stand for the Democratic leadership presidency in United States. Again, this isn't new to our ears, especially those who know how Meghan is so thirsty for power, for fame and all that stuff. And also to many royalists, they see this as somebody who married into the royal family to get herself into these positions, because nobody knew her that much back then, and now they know her because she married into the royal family. And also the reason she pulled away from the royal family to go back to United States and live there, you know, even when she was still married to a British citizen here, is the fact that she had those future ambitions to become a US president, and therefore she very much knew that she had to live in the United States to do that. So that explains again why she got married here, and then within a month of getting married, off she went. Okay, so those are my thoughts, guys, about Meghan, and whether there are lessons she could learn. There are so many lessons she could learn from how her journey has turned out so far. And some of those lessons would include knowing that, you know, you never bash people who have helped you, people who have loved you, people who have supported you. Never bash them, okay? And it also tells us that, you know, you have to be patient in life. If she was patient, Meghan, I mean, she would have been much further than where she is right now. Okay, she was patient. She would have served a more responsible role right now. She would have done much. She would have accomplished many goals. And of course, she would have had all that support that was going to be given to her by the royal family. Of course, we know how much the royal family is supportive to every working royal. Okay, so this support would always be there for Meghan. And indeed, it was there. But it was Meghan who looked for an excuse to leave. the royal family, and therefore she saw an opportunity in, speaking about those things she spoke about as a way of her pulling away from the royal family. Right, guys? Thank you so much for that. It's been a lovely catch up again this afternoon. And it wasn't meant to be a longer live, but I thought, okay, yes, we can still, touch up on these things and see where the world is taking Meghan and Harry. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys, of what you think is going to be the future of Meghan and Harry, and the things she needs to learn from, but from me here. Thank you so much, guys, and let us stay in touch. I wish you a great week ahead and a very, very glorious evening today. Bye bye, guys.